local.
Yeah, local food, local attractions, and local music.
Yes, and one local singer-songwriter you've seen on Good Day in the past is a master at something called live looping. Abbigale joins us this morning to explain and show us the process. Good to see you again.
Likewise, it's good to be seen.
Yes. Loved you the last time you were here, sang us a great song that you wrote, and today you're going to show us a different method that I'd never heard of before.
Yeah, and a really cool setup. This is called live looping.
Live looping.
So
correct.
Apparently it's live, and we're looping something.
Yes. So we're doing everything live. There's no pre-recorded tracks, no samples. All of it is either played between my guitar for like percussion, or with my voice. So all of it is recorded 100% live, every song, every show. And the looping is recording it until you tell it to stop, and then it just plays it on repeat until you turn it on or off.
Oh, wow. That sounds
So
pretty
is
cool.
it kind of like, you know, like the in the round sort of thing like we used to do when we were kids, or not? Because this is just more layered.
It's more layered.
Okay.
It's more layered.
Okay. I like her little carpet.
Yeah. It helps set the mood. Yeah,
She's bringing us the style, and we're, yeah.
But when you're live looping, something has to record it, so you got to have a beautiful setup.
What do you have?
You're using your feet.
Yes,
You
I
were
use my feet
earlier.
a lot. I'm lucky I don't fall more often than I do. So this is I always pronounce it wrong. It's a Boss RC 300. They actually have a newer model. They have some that are just one button, but this one in particular has 3 different channels. So I can record 3 different parts, turn them on and off for certain parts of the song to make it more interesting for the audience.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So with live looping, is how far back does this date? Is this something that folks were doing in the 60s, or where does this come from? Do you know where it originates?
I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea.
Yeah, tough question,
I have no
Steve.
idea.
She just knows that it's pretty cool. But this is something that you do when you're doing gigs, you know, local wineries or local restaurants,
Yes.
things like that, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And what do you like so much about it?
So I started out 5 years ago with just the guitar and my voice, and that can get really boring for me, and I'm sure for the people that are listening. So having the ability to live loop and make it sound more like a band, even though I'm one person, really adds a flavor of interest. And I do a bunch of songs from like 1932 to adding in some like Adele and more recent stuff. So there's a wide variety, and people like to watch me loop because I'll explain it live while I'm doing it.
Yeah, can you maybe take us through maybe the first step here?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the first things I do in particular is lay down the percussion track.
Okay. And percussion on a guitar.
Yes, percussion, a drum.
There you go. Okay.
A drum on a guitar. So this is record. This is stop.
Okay.
So it's. And it just keeps playing, and then I put a little more percussion down. See, now this in particular is a little bit too slow, but with live looping, you're kind of stuck with what you got. So then you add in a little bit of guitar.
You just constantly build.
And then constantly, and then towards the end of the song, I'll even add in some harmonies on top of it.
Really cool. So let me ask you this question, Abbigale. How did you get introduced to live looping? How did that happen?
So during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, I found someone who became a friend of mine. His name is Drew. He's up in the Detroit area. And he started live looping, I think, about 5 years ago. And I would watch him, you know, live loop on Facebook Lives, and I just thought, that's so amazing. So I bought one right away in 2020, a loop station, and I couldn't figure out how to make it work. So it just went in the closet for 2 years, and finally I sent a message to Drew, and I said, hey man, I'll pay you. Can you please teach me how to do this? He's like, you don't have to pay me. I'll just do a quick video and we'll get you started.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, just explain it like I'm 5, and he did.
Which is what you're doing for us this morning.
Yeah, well, you know. And it took all of 20 minutes watching him one time, explaining it, and I'm off to the races for almost a year now. I've been doing it.
Now, how many tracks, because I saw you had percussion on one pedal, and then you re-recorded on the same one. So could we put 3 on each, you know, part of your board, or is it unlimited, or is it?
For the most part, it's limited. I mean, I haven't reached the limit yet, but I'm also just technically starting out. But I try to break it up by certain parts because some songs I have to turn off certain parts and then turn them back on. So usually the first channel is where I'll record any guitar that's looped. Okay. The middle channel is always percussion because that's a little bit louder than the rest.
Okay.
And then the quietest channel that I have set is for looping the harmony. So that way the background vocals aren't as loud as the lead vocals.
So you're your backup singers. You don't need Amanda to be your backup singer. You can just record
don't want Amanda to be there.
and then you can tell it, all right, backup singers, go.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it works?
Yes, I usually don't announce it like that. But that is how that works.
Backup
I had to
singers
do it.
go.
Yeah, you said 5 years old. I said 4 years old right down here.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, though, and then we're going to hear a nice little product.
Yeah, we're going to do a little I Want You Back from the Jackson 5.
fun.
Just the acoustic live looped version is a little different than the original.
All right, well, stay with us because that's coming up after the break.